following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
Hello, what up, everyone? Good evening. Today is Thursday, February 6, 2025, and welcome back to another grand... Oh, let me mute myself there. Let me get back on track here. We got another round of 64 match in store for you tonight, here between, from the state of Alabama, Mr. Lane Sanders, and from the state of Kentucky, M. In this epic matchup, the number 4 seed of Lane versus the number 13 of M, as this tournament is just getting the ball rolling here. But we are still expecting a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation for what's going to happen here in the Slytherin region. As Lane, he does have, I guess, the upper hand as far as experience goes, because he did make Super League last season, and he did an outstanding job there. He didn't get all the way to the win, but still has a lot on his resume. And as for M, she's a total rookie, at least as far as being up in the D1 goes. And she's got a 2-2 record for 2024 and placing 23rd in Tournament 1. So the cards are stacked against a little bit, M, just a little bit, but still, she's got a lot of ambition, and her first D1 tournament, we'll see how it goes. But as for the rest of the March Madness bracket here in the Slytherin region, Tapir, he ended up getting the victory over James Ellison. The number 1 seed of Tapir got that victory here, 4-1. And also Bowtie, the number 5 seed, got the victory over Gold, 4-3. So Bowtie and Tapir each move on for their expected matches. The winner of this match is going to get to play Bowtie, whether it is M or Lane. And then you also got Sunday's matchup between the number 8 seed Austin LaPlante and the number 9 seed Clay Wolf. The winner of that match will play Tapir when we get to scheduling that. As for the rest of the games today, over in the Gryffindor region, Andreas Allen, he was able to get the win over Kev Shearer over in Gryffindor. Over in Ravenclaw, the number 6 seed of Vapor, he peaked out to win over the number 11 seed of Steven. Of course, we got this upcoming game in Slytherin with Lane and M coming right now. And after this, we got Sean Ard versus Drip, the number 7 and 10 seed. You wouldn't want to miss that. And then Stingray versus Dark Rain will conclude our matchups tonight at 9 p.m. Joining me in the booth tonight is Mr. William Brock, hailing from the state of Georgia. So I'll ask you, Brock, what's your analysis between both of these two players? Like, what's your assessment of Lane coming in with a lot on his resume versus M, who's just getting her feet wet in this kind of universe? How do you think the two will be when they face each other tonight?
Well, for M, I would say her being a rookie as far as Division 1 goes, I would say kind of puts her at a big disadvantage compared to Lane, who's, like you said, made it to Super League last season. So he's got a lot of experience under his belt. So it'll be interesting to see how M manages to pull off an upset against Lane.
All right, thank you very much for that insight, Brock. I'll be excited to join the call with you for this game whenever we get started. But without further ado, let's bring our attention to the two players. We'll ask Lane the first question here. Lane, you got momentum on your side coming from getting into Super League last season and making good progress there. Even though it's been a couple of months since Super League, do you think you still got a good amount of momentum on your side, or you think you may need to work your way back into it a little bit? So just tell us a bit about that. And as Lane types out his response, let's go over to M. I'll ask her the question too. So M, welcome to T1 in the Slytherin region. Glad you're here to take on Lane. And we're expecting a good one out of you tonight. It's a how different is this universe? Do you feel coming from D2 into D1? I know we got a new bot that you haven't had that much experience with.
JT, I hate to interject here.
Okay,
here.
go ahead.
Just to clarify, she was in D1, but unfortunately, some other circumstances. She stayed in rookie class this year because she missed a few matches just because of some circumstances out of her control. She's still a rookie, but she's not coming up from D2. She was here last year, just to be clear. But still kind of new to some of the newer parts of the leagues. Just to clarify, go back to you, JT.
Got it. Thank you for the clarification, Short. As Lane's got his answer, we'll be getting back into the swing of things as best as we can. Looking forward to having a ton of fun. So, okay, Lane's got a good positive mentality to go with. So, yeah, M, back to your question about you. This is your first real big tournament. I mean, even though you are still a rookie. So, based on what you know about Lane, how much of a monolith of a match do you think this is going to be, and how do you think you can prepare yourself for this?
I think that we have vastly different amounts of experience, which is very clear. I've not used this bot at all, but I adapt pretty quickly, and it will be exciting and fun to play with somebody who has more experience. And I think I'll learn a lot while playing, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy to be able to be back and playing in general. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that. And yeah, with these tournaments, I mean, we're going all year long with this. I mean, all the way up until Super League. So perhaps, M, if you're able to, be strong tonight, have a good, strong tournament in the months going forward, your name could be very much in the conversation for Super League if it ever gets to that point. So, okay, for this match, it's a best of 7, and each player does have 1 power play, which is always so important to use. And since Lane has the higher seed, he will have the first 2 games home call. So as we get on to the ref, Caesar, or Nick, I should say.
Yep.
Yeah, Nick is reffing. Thanks for him for that. And Lane is going to call the match 12 cards. So that is the number we will start with. And here we go soon. As both players are set to go, best of luck to both of them. And we start off with a red skip. 12 cards, a bit on the higher end as far as starting amounts go. So you got to wonder if this is probably Lane's sweet spot as to the amount of cards that he likes to start out with. Lots of time to look over your hand and play the move. And we got a Ghost 1. As now M, she makes her first move and gets to look over what she has in her hand. Yeah, no need to rush at all, as these players can stay as patient or impatient as they want to when it comes to throwing the cards down. But she does respond with a 7, but Lane, his own card into a blue 7 switch.
Lane likes
that. Calling
one.
It out right there.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting one, JT, from my perspective. I mean, we mentioned it with Emma and make that clarification, but a lot of people internally think that she could make some waves had things gone right for her in terms of outside circumstances. couple of matches that she could have played, could have possibly made some waves. So it'll be interesting to see what she can do here tonight against Lane. Definitely not an opponent to overlook for Lane. Very, very interesting game, I think, myself.
Yeah, as we're going to still remain in these blues. And hopefully, but unfortunately, one of these players is going to be feeling the blues tonight, as only one of these players can advance in the next round to face Tapir. Or, excuse me, Bowtie.
Bowtie, yep.
Blue is definitely the color of everyone's preferences so far. And switching it back to the reds, so we still remain only in the reds and the blues. Good use of number efficiency by Lane there.
Oh, trips.
And there's our first green card, our green 8.
Quad 8.
Into a LaPlante 5.
Sticking with the green after the undercut.
There's a DJ 5. M switches it up.
So Lane went for the red switch there, and M undercuts to green, and now she goes back to the red. Interesting.
And so kind of like a psych play, if you will.
Yeah, I wonder what the strat is here for her.
It's still a close race. Lane is ahead by just 1. As M ties it up with a Kev 3. And there's a green.
Again. Going back and forth between red and green here.
It kind of makes me wonder if there's any yellows still left on the table. We have not seen that color at all once this game.
Would be, I'm sure there.
Oh, and M's got a draw.
Ooh.
And there's the first yellow appearance. We switched to 3, so we did a triple sweep of the 3s. Red, green, yellow. And could Lane have saved that color for last? But since he did get the first calls for home, I mean, his lead is now doubled. Maybe if M does have any yellows, yep, which she does. I was gonna say like it's likely gonna free her up. Oh, but back to another red switch to get to 2.
Lights are flashing here.
Now we got all the colors flowing around here in this first game. Oh, but a reverse by M. Smart play. What can she follow up with?
Lane at dose. I would imagine there's some kind of draw play here.
Whoa, how about that? Can she tie it?
Oh.
It's going to come to that, and it's a tie at 2 apiece.
What does Lane have in the back pocket, though? He's still at 2.
It is getting down to crunch time, but it is Lane's turn right now.
Seems to be another one of those think stop moments we talk about a lot, JT. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and there it is.
I think we got a little bot lag there. Potentially.
Oh, wait.
Maybe. Oh. Makes it appear. What is... Okay.
Wow, that is really weird. Like, that should have been Uno right there.
Yeah. Was that?
But I guess the bot is not
Check.
really cooperating with
Make
us.
sure, Lane. Make sure that's your card. Double check your hand because it doesn't say anything if you don't have that card. Wait, what?
Oh,
Hello?
now Lane's trying to call Uno.
What? Oh no! Oh no! That was from. That one was from M. The more than one card. What is going on here?
Yeah, this is baffling me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that it? What the hell? Okay. Well.
Oh, is the bot not No, yeah, CM. Yeah, it is Lane's turn. Yeah, this is interesting stuff in this first game. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen
Oh,
anything like this?
You're
Oh,
putting
it's
yellow
the wrong
3.
digit.
That's a
It's
4.
the wrong digit.
That's a 4.
Oh my goodness. Lane is a lucky man to escape with that one.
Oh my god.
Uh,
He was
Brock,
so sure it was
have
a
you ever
3.
seen anything like that before?
Oh my god.
No, I have not.
Oh my god.
Well, sure, that was real bizarre or what?
Yeah, it's just I was about to DM KT. Yo, check your portal, bro. No, it's fine.
Lane. Yeah, Lane, that's I guess the top question I'm gonna ask you. Like, you really had us thinking that there could have been a bot problem, but yeah, you just forgot that you had a 4 instead of a 3. Like, is that really what it was?
Oh my god.
And yeah, short. I can let you explain the call out to
if they get to one card and they don't have Uno, you can do that, and it'll force draw 3 cards.
What do you say?
You say Uno call out or Uno
Do I
C.
put an exclamation mark?
No exclamation. Uno call out
Wait.
or Uno C.
No.
Those both work.
No, but I mean, still nothing to hang your hat on
Doesn't
about
work
that
now 'cause
game.
the game's over. You got to do it in game. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be just that. But yeah, you kept it close for a little bit. But how baffled were you that that was happening with Lane? Getting to 1 and not properly playing the last card. What did you think?
He's ready for that.
Me?
Yeah.
I was a bit confused about why it wasn't working, but at that point I already knew that it was over. I had a feeling
Right.
he was gonna pull something out,
Yeah, but yeah, ultimately it wasn't the bot error. I guess it was just user error in this case.
user error.
But it's okay. Lane,
Lane's
he
eyes
still
played a trick on him, man.
Yeah, he still escapes with the dub, and he does get the call for game 2, which he's gonna go up to 14 cards. So Nick can set it up for 14. And here we go, game 2, and it's wide open.
Oh.
Lane has a wide open table in which he can pick a starting card off of. There's a whole array of options with this one. There's a double OG card count. Gonna do a double play in yellow and end up with a short. Nope, that's Brock's card.
I'm not in this deck.
Yeah.
I was red +2. I was replaced by hockey.
Yeah. Gonna go to a ghost 1. I'm switching it up to red. As the second game has just started out, I mean, who knows what kind of other bizarre moments that this series will produce for us, but only time will tell. Or maybe will the rest of this series go a little bit smoother.
All caps. What's up, Drip? He's playing in about an hour or so. Hour and a half.
Yep, yes, he is.
Or no, only 40 minutes. 40 minutes. I got it backwards. Yeah. 8 o'clock. You'll be in watch 2 during the game if you want to be in BC, but otherwise we're playing ball here.
Yeah. Still remaining with 8, red and yellow. Those are the only 2 colors that we've used so far. Oh, and now we switch it up to green.
Ooh.
So that is what Lane's going to go with. But they did start out with 14 cards each. So you got to figure M's got to have at least a couple or some greens in there. And yep, indeed she does.
In 14, it's gonna be a bit before you really start to see some firefight on the table. It's gonna be fairly clean early on in these kind of starts.
One up to a cap 4 by M. Up to the top floor with a 9. Up and a switch up to a yellow. So going back to one of our familiar colors. And another number efficiency switch over to green again. Pretty smart playing there by Lane. And then more number efficiency. Maybe is there a blue
Quad
9
back
available?
to
We can
red.
get a quad. We just have to wonder.
Quad, but not a rainbow. That's the second time now we've got a
I
quad.
know,
But it wasn't a Skittles move.
Nope, we're going to stay here in the reds. As the pace of this game has been mostly, slow and easy. I mean, with that many cards start, you don't. There's very few players that do rapid fire,
Yeah.
throwdowns like that. But both these players just, staying cool, calm, collected.
It's
until
been
they,
proven time and time again that pump and dump kind of ammo strategy doesn't work against the players of this league with all the levels of strategy they can play.
Yeah, exactly. As there's the Ashley Red Wild. But we've seen Lane have several reds before, so you wonder if he's still got some up his sleeve or if he's run dry in the tank. We still have not seen a single blue yet this game either, which is also surprising. And there's Lane's power play already in game 2. Lane is going to use up his power play. Let's see how beneficial this will be. He has 4 cards. He gets to take this turn. Then M is forced to draw, and then Lane will take another turn. My goodness!
That's the classic.
Down to Uno.
Yeah.
And there's the ender on his own card.
Wow.
That is 2 straight wins for Lane Sanders. And score another one.
That was what the setup was for.
Yeah, what a prime setup. So Lane, even though you did just burn up your power play right there, like, were you still confident that that was the plan you were gonna end this game with? And as he gets his response there, so yeah, as he's typing up his response, I'll ask M the question now. So now that you know, I guess, what it's like to be on the receiving end of a power play that Lane just did on you, you still have one for at least the next, few games. Even though you don't have as much experience with power plays, when do you suppose, I guess, the right time to pull it out will be, and how well do you think you'll be able to execute on it?
I think that it would be counterproductive to my game for me to answer that question right now.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the curiosity, and I'm happy to discuss it post-game.
Ooh.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. As Lane has answered, we've got the cards coming easy. Short can ask
I
that
was
question
interested
too.
by this and what the thought process is, because you see it a lot wanting to be held for like a game 6 or game 7 clincher, but you don't see it many. Like Yepez is another one who does it early. I just wonder what the thought process is for him here. Anyway, what the game gives me, gotta have the leader. Fair enough. That's fair.
All right. This next question I have for Brock. Given that Lane is 2 up on M, she does have the home stand now. So what's your prediction for her? She gets to call these next 2 games, and what kind of a response do you think she can go with against Lane, who's up 2-0?
Well, I mean, she certainly does have the opportunity to put on a big response by tying up the series, but considering Lane's experience in the Super League, that might be a little hard to do, but we'll see what happens.
Yep. And as he says, playing by what the game gives me, gotta have the lead early. And yes, that's exactly what he has as he redeems himself from game 1 and he executes at the end of game 2 very nicely. So now for these next 2 games, it's going to be M's home turf over in Kentucky, as she's going to be calling the shots as for how many cards we're going to be starting out with. So, you can pick anything between 5 and 15. So, how many? 7 cards going with the original.
OG 7.
And we got a red +2 to start. That can be a tricky one.
Don't mind it, because he's been winning on the high tier, but low tier can also burn you pretty easy.
Yeah, that definitely is possibly there, and got a command card or action card right away.
Wow.
Could be a double play. Yes, it is. Yep, there we go. As we're still going to keep it in the reds. So, but M's got nothing to answer for that.
Ooh.
So we were rolling on the reds for a while. M's run dry while Lane's still keeping going.
And that can be the downfall of the low tier 5 to 7, JT. It can easily go one either way. You can either have a quick finish, or you could be stuck in the mud until you find a switch like that.
And there's the jailbreak that M needed, using Lane's card against him to take to get back on the board again. But Lane answers with a double of his own. And all of a sudden M is back 2 again. But she could play a double play here. And yep, she matches the double, and they are tied once again. Lane with good number efficiency goes to red. Can M do anything to tie it here? Oh, it's a no.
Oh.
Lane's at 2, looking for Uno. Very critical moment. Lane could go up 3-0, and that'll be incredibly hard for a rookie like M to come back from the rest of this series. It's a wild, but it's
He had the call in there.
he's got to put the color down.
Yellow. Yeah, just say yellow.
Just got to do the color.
Yeah. It's funky. No, just say yellow. Just say the word yellow.
There it is. Okay, all right. Well, M does have one last chance to respond to the yellow.
Yeah, the Uno call registered there, so the call out wasn't gonna come through on that one. It's a weird spot there.
So if M has anything to stop Lane, she's got to do it right here, right now.
Either a wild or a +2, otherwise it's over.
Yep. Yep, it still is M's turn. Oh, she plays a yellow. That might be
Oh, that's gonna
Lane
do
might
it.
have this one since
is
he
gonna
did
do it.
originally want yellow. And
That is gonna
yes,
do
that
it.
is 3 straight for Lane
Oh.
Sanders.
Yeah, no answer for M at the
In-
end there. And said
Yeah.
I said it just before. +2 or Y was the only thing going to stop it, and she didn't have anything on the yellow wild. It's a tough one there.
All right, well, very good, Lane. That was the quickest win that you've gotten this series. And you've been able to win on the top end, and you've been able to win on, I guess, the low end, too. So, even though we've seen 3-0 comebacks before, you think you've got enough in the tank to make this a clean sweep? And I'll ask M this question now. So, you're down 3-0. If Lane wins one more time, it's his match. You still have that one power play. Keep that in mind. Do you think you've, for the card count, maybe, I guess, maybe go up a little bit higher? How else do you think you could answer to Lane? Because you got to win every game going forward.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty daunting task for anybody. I'll be happy to win like one. And if I don't win one, then that's that. And that'd be a clean wash. So hopefully we can avoid that. And we'll probably start with like 10 cards. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So Brock, even though Lane had that sloppy ending to the first game, he's rebounded himself pretty well. And you think the experience will ultimately pay off for Lane, or do you think M can find that spark that she needs in this game and to keep this series alive?
Personally, I think to put it short, I think Lane's going to sweep this.
William Brock, man. Damn.
All right, as Lane says, hopefully we're going strong at the moment, but yeah, it seemed like the first couple of games, they were kind of mirroring each other a bit. Like they've kept it close, most of the time until Lane he just had those couple magical draws and he was able to put them away. So it's all going to depend on how many cards M's going to select here. Of course,
I believe that I said 10. Do I need to
Right.
type it in?
No,
nope.
You're fine.
We can do 10. Nick's got the card count figured out. And we are off and running on game 4.
All right. Oh, that's not a good sign for M.
Oh, she's got a draw
Not a
right
good
away. Neither a yellow, a 9, or a wild. And Lane's already got an answer with blue. There's the JT blue 5 that M plays. Still remaining with blue. Hopefully that early draw didn't deter M too much, as Lane has a 2-card lead now. Again, M still armed with a power play as she plays a cap 4. So she could either use it offensively or defensively. If she knows she has a good enough run, she could use it to make an offensive power play. I mean, Lane's got to draw either way. Or if she knows that Lane's on more of a run, she could use it to stop Lane, whatever he's doing, and use it defensively.
feel like you got to find a way to incorporate it if you can here, because you're not finding much off the deck. So you really got to try and find something to snatch that momentum. And sometimes a power play to get on the board could be.
Or she could do that.
Lead. That'll work too.
And that's going to give her the lead right there, and it is still her turn. Good double play by M as she has a 2-card lead now. But Lane's going to bring it in with a color switch over to red. And over to green. It seems like M really likes that green.
Really wants that green. It gets the crossover.
Yeah. I mean, at least that is an action card that she's putting to good use. And yeah, great call by M using that green wild as I have a feeling she can really run with this now.
Yeah, she's got to go full throttle on the aggression. There's no room for error here. Can't be any conservative. You just got to go for it here.
And what you could hope for at this point is that as long as Lane doesn't have the number efficiency to really answer, I think M can just stay on the gas. Keep on rolling with these greens. And she's on a great stretch right now. Fantastic stretch. She has a 7-card lead.
Can she run it all the way down to the end on green, or does she need to set up a switch of some kind?
Oh, and there's the switch over to
With
blue.
The M card.
Was that good or bad? Nope. M still has an answer. She's down to 2. Now it's Lane that's on the opposite end of this series now. It's now his turn to come from behind if he's going to plan on doing it. Oh, maybe he was drawing. Those drawbacks were something.
That can be strategic for sure.
It likely was.
Build up
and
the
that
ammo collection.
That did reduce the lead down to just 2 cards. M's got 4, Lane has 6. There's an Austin Rogers 4.
She's still ahead.
Yeah, so far, theoretically, she still has the upper hand in this scenario, and Lane's got a draw. Could this finally be the game in which M gets her first ever win in this tournament? Oh, but she's got a draw too. I wonder if both players are going to be drawing now, going into Draw City. And nope, a Lane with a color switch. So we'll see if that was good or bad, if M's got any reds in the tank.
Oh, she's got a reverse. Looking for a double. Yeah.
Oh, how about double reverse? Gonna do a triple play. Could she get to Uno right here? Can she do it? Critical time in the game. If she is able to get to Uno, she might as well not even need to use the power play. I mean, you can't use the power play on Uno anyway, but...
Yeah, she wanted to use the power play. Should have done it before she hit the reverse. But pausing here a moment, I wonder what the situation is in this scenario.
Yep, she still has a 4-card lead.
I was going to mention a couple of minutes ago when Lane was forced to draw, Nick pointed this out. First time he had self-drawn on all series. First 3 games, all plan A.
That is a good catch.
So Lane's had a lot. I mean, it's it's tough for M, but she took pause here. I'm seeing what's going down here.
So Brock, you think M is on the cusp of finally doing it? As Lane, I mean, he doesn't have a power play anymore, and he's down 4 cards. You think there's any way Lane can even make a comeback from this still?
If he's got the right cards, he can. But but right now it's not looking good.
Depends on M comes back to the table, is typing again. We'll see if this is a double, 2 more cards to finish. It is. Oh man.
That's it.
Oh, almost.
Oh, she was able to just call Uno in time, so she avoids the call out.
Yeah, Clint play there a little bit.
And
there
that is it. M gets her first win this tournament here in the Slytherin region.
Well, so much for me saying Lane was going to sweep.
Jinxed him, Brock. You jinxed him, man.
Yeah, well, how about that, M? Congratulations. You stopped the sweep that Lane was going to do. You take game 4. So you did take an awful long time, going from a 2 to 1. Were you just trying to think of how you could execute, the final 2 plays, which I don't blame you at all for being as careful as you can, but still a well-deserved win.
No, I was trying to figure out how to put the commands in.
Oh.
So that I could avoid having to do multiple ones to avoid the Uno call out, but didn't know how.
You were close. It was if you just do this, if you did and PG8, that would have done it.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For sure.
That was the pause.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. Like how he just did it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so Lane, now she's knocked you off the pedestal a bit, but you still have a 3-1 series lead, and we are going back into your homestand again. So, do you believe your chances are still good to
junk that run? Yeah. It seems to me that it's been a back and forth of plan A, because we just mentioned it. First time Lane had self-drawn that series in that just a few minutes ago down back there, and he lost. So it seems to be straight up who has the better hand. It doesn't seem like we're talking too much strategy like we are used to talking about in this league. So it'd be interesting. It'll just come down. It's been coming down to the cards at this point. We'll see if that trend continues going into game 5.
Good observation. It very much could just be that. Just a matter of what that boils down to. But okay, game 5 is up next, and it is going to be Lane's call again. So, Lane, you can't do 7, 12, or 14.
Oh, screw it. Full send.
Full send, 15 cards. So this is going to be... Here we go. Short, you were right on it with the gift. Nick was too.
He wants
we
the
are
high
sending
tier.
it.
He wants the high tier. Those were his first 2 wins, albeit a little plan A-esque. We'll see what happens in this one.
For sure, yeah. So both players have a wide range of options here to go with this one as we start out with a reverse. If this game takes less than 7 minutes to do, I'll be thoroughly surprised because
it seems to have been the average 5 to 7 minutes. You'd have to have a really good hand for it to be quick out of 5 because they can be the pace isn't super pushed for either of them. They both take their time.
Elaine is going to advance to a 4-card lead now, but still lots of time for M to work it back a bit. And carefully going over her options. Again, with 17 cards, I mean, it's
Yeah.
You got to have at least some of every color possible. Like hopefully a few action cards wouldn't hurt either, but you don't want to burn them up too early, of course. Even though that is technically what Lane just did onto M, but she does play it cool, still remain in the yellow. Now switching up to green. Good move there. Like these color switches, I mean, you can afford to do it, earlier in the game. And then when it's, getting down to it, like that's when the color switches can be riskier.
Yeah, you got to be real methodical down the stretch. We saw it with Monkey last night. Not quite a color switch, but left a reverse open door on when his opponent was on Uno, when Logan was on Uno, and he took advantage because the last card he had was a green reverse. So you really got to be careful with your plays down the stretch, trying to take a risk. Sometimes it's just better to go into draw city than risk losing it on a poor switch that is all hindsight.
Yeah, that's right. But now we got blues. We got a JT5, a lane 7, and a 3 right there. As blue makes its first appearance of the game. We pretty much got every odd number that there is except 1. As it goes to a 4. Still sticking with the normal numbered cards. Not very many action cards have been used other than the +2 that Lane brought on.
Definitely doesn't hurt to keep that pace down, but here comes M.
Oh, there's the action card. And with a +2 of her own. And she gets to follow it up with whatever she chooses. Oh, that's a 6er. A 6-pack that M brought on. And just like that, the lead is reversed. She's got it now.
And a little resetter, flipper of the scoreboard there. 15-10 now.
Yeah, excellent job right there.
What does
So
Lane gain on that? Still got plenty of options. Go ahead.
Yeah, as Lane switches to Toretta, I'll ask Brock a question. Now, you see these, attack plays that M's doing. You think she's finally finding her rhythm in this series? We are on game 5, so she's got some play time underneath her now. Brock?
Yo, Brock.
Yeah.
Go ahead again, JT.
Yeah. I was asking you. Do you think M has finally gotten in her rhythm now that we're in game 5 and she's starting to play make some aggressive plays on lane?
Yeah, it certainly appear that way. But I wouldn't count out Lane just yet.
No, for
He's got
sure he
plenty of
does.
options. Yeah. Yeah. Thing is, you work down. If M can set up the right moves and the right switches to work at the right time, then she can get it done. But with Lane having so many options now from the +6 that she threw his way, he can definitely be good with the switch, do a bit of more light switching to try and ice her out and just offload what he was given.
Yep, she does have a 4-card lead. As Lane does have that extra ammo from that +6. which that's easily the most aggressive play that M has done onto lane all night. That +6, and now that she's made that kind of aggressive play, like it's that probably could be a warning sign that she could be more used to making more aggressive plays to other opponents in the future. And this is just testing the waters a bit for what she's capable of. This lane's got a red 0 sugar now. Red black cherry. Order it at drinkmetalroadenergy.com. Definitely can't forget that. This is still far from over. Lane's not even below 10 cards yet. I'm still going to keep calm, cool, and collected. Still run them numbers down. As Lane could either put it away this game, or M can close the distance and force a game 6. As she might have a double play here with a reverse to start.
W plug, exactly.
Oh, check that out. A double reverse switch into a triple, perhaps. Oh, and a quad, maybe. Could this be the winning run that we may see right here?
Down to 3.
This would take her to 2 if she's successful.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness, a quad, maybe a quintuple play to get to Uno. And Lane's got no power play anymore. He can't stop this. Like, it ends when M decides to end it.
My goodness.
How about this unexpected turn of events? M turning up the aggression here on lane. And wow, what a fantastic run to end Game 5. That is back-to-back wins for M now. And we are going to be going to a Game 6. Well, how about that, M? I think it's safe to say that you've finally found a rhythm for yourself here in this series. You think you can tie it up in game number 6? And how are you feeling about everything tonight?
I mean, who is to say? Time will tell. Apparently, Lane needs a timeout, so Lane might be stressing a bit.
Yeah. I guess you could be getting into his head a bit, since this is some newfound aggression that we've seen from you. Like, do you think perhaps it's time to be aggressive, maybe to not be so cautious about it anymore?
I think that there are times for caution and there's time for being proactive and more aggressive. And it's about finding that balance. And hopefully I'm closer to finding that balance. But I mean, it's still not that likely that I win 2 more, but I'm proud of myself for still being in it.
And
I hear you. Of course.
And what has been what have you seen that you felt has been the key to you getting these couple of wins after being pretty much shell shocked in your first 3 games here?
I'm just like really smart, so.
Okay then.
That definitely helps.
No, not actually. I think I'm getting more used to the bot and stuff, but it's also, I think, a lot of luck, and then using the luck that you do have in a strategic way.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think you're just like trying to gain your footing in those 3 games, and maybe a little bit of card luck as well, is what I'm getting out of that.
Yes. Perfect. That's what I meant to say.
Gotcha. All right.
All right. Well, Lane, I mean, we have seen 3-0 comebacks before, but you're kind of on the fences now. Did you ever see this kind of thing coming from M, who's still basically a rookie at this? And now I'll go over to Brock as Lane's gonna answer that for us. So, what do you think? Like, have you ever seen any rookies, making these sort of aggressive plays on veterans such as Lane? And you think that could be dangerous for other players as M goes down the road and keeps on learning the ropes of this stuff?
As far as any rookie making moves like this, making any comebacks like this, not to my recollection, um, but yeah, it's just certainly. I mean, M's not giving up here without a fight. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a knockout drag out fight. Just when I thought it was going to be a sweep.
Jinxed
Oh
everything,
yeah,
man. My God.
oh yeah. The lookout is definitely, yeah. Lookout's definitely much more different now versus at the end of Game 3. And even more good news for him is Game 6. It's your final home game this match, and you get to call the cards. You can't do 10 or 15.
Yeah, we
though.
might be waiting on Lane.
Yeah. We'll have to wait for Lane to.
Yeah, wait for Lane. Yeah, I would just make mention of that. I was gonna ask. Oh, okay then. Anyway, let's stall for time, JT.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's just yeah, we talked about it with them. It's like gaining footing, trying to find your way. I mean, she was trying to find her way with the bot a little bit, and we've seen the rookies. I mean, those that were promoted from D2. M was a rookie last year, but she stayed a rookie because of the lack of games that she played as compared to others. So that's really why she's a rookie, but in 2025. But we've seen the rookie class show out. We just saw Goldie last night knock out Nam in an upset. Nightwalker took Toasty got to 7 in a losing effort. And then we saw Jenna also upset Brock. So the possibilities are pretty endless for this rookie class. I mean, obviously last season the rookie class was a lot bigger, and it still made just as many waves, probably more than the rookies are this year, just because there were more of them, and a lot of just new players to the league, not necessarily new to the game. It was mostly a lot of unknowns, but this class, for the most part, we kind of know them. D1 player base doesn't maybe know them as much, just because they may not have been as tuned into D2, but they all are coming in with something to prove. M's trying to prove that it's more than just losing on to luck, because she's really putting up a fight here. And of course, you have a couple more rookies still waiting in the wings to get their shot. You got Background coming up against Abion this Saturday. Then you also got Camaro on Saturday against Sanford. That should be an interesting one as well. And then you also have Gone taking on Ghost, all promoted from D2 to D1, all on Saturday. That's fitting pretty well. So the rookies are definitely making some moves, making some waves, and M's trying to make one of the bigger waves out of the class by dropping in here and potentially reverse sweeping, but she's still got a long way to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just Lane, if you're not able to answer the question, I mean, at least let us know you're ready to go for Game 6.
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll just check up on Lane, but yeah, I mean the tables definitely have turned from the end of Game 3 until now. As Game 6 for sure, Lane could still put it away, stop the bleeding, and get him a win and win the match and move on to face Bowtie. Or it could be M continuing this strong, or I guess recent trend of rookies having strong runs and pulling off these upsets against some of the top dogs, some of which played in Super League last year. It's definitely been a spectacle, and we're only just in the first round.
I don't know where Lane went. This is a timeout and a half.
Yeah, kind of is too. And Short, would this interfere with some of the other scheduled games that are on tap tonight?
Well, we'll have Art and Drip starting soon. We're just waiting on Art to get back from get in from eating dinner, and then we'll have Dark and Sting coming up at 9. We should be fine. Nothing too bad on like crossing over. But those two games are non-stream, so it'll be fine. This is the last stream of the day in D1. Yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, but just a couple non-stream games coming up. And of course, we got a good couple of streams tomorrow as well. Just 2 in the afternoon tomorrow. You have at 2:30 you got World Champ Ashley. She's back on the table to take on Eric Monaco. And then Chamek comes in in the evening at 9 to take on MGR, the creator of this great bot that we love to play on. Should be a fun day. That's a part of a 5-pack on the day. Yeah. I mean, now.
Honesty's the best policy, am I right?
Yeah, so.
Okay, he's back now. Okay, so M, you just can't select 10 or 15, but you got free choice on the other ones. Right, M, it's your call. 12 cards. All right, that's what we're doing it. Going with a dozen. And it's game 6. Can M tie it, or can Lane stop the bleeding and get the win and move on to the round of 32?
All right.
Definitely being careful to selector choices.
And nothing.
That's
not a good sign for her.
A surprising move, but I mean, we've seen her do that another time. I believe it was either in game 3 or 4 where she drew right off the bat. I believe it was game 3 where she had to, where she drew initially. His Lane's gonna roll with it with his yellow 0 sugar.
Yeah.
And there's the Ashley Red switch that M does. There's a DJ 5 that Lane plays. This has still been a pretty entertaining match, no matter what way you put it, as we now got a green that makes its first appearance this game.
Yeah. Turned out to be an entertaining one. I was definitely agreeing with Brock, but not saying it about the sweep. But M started to pull herself up by the bootstraps and really started to gain her footing here and at least make it competitive, if not pulling a very tough situation, impossible reverse sweep. But she's still got to win 2 more.
Exactly, as M pulls off another color switch. And now Lane's laying down the action as he has now doubled his lead. Nice double play as that draws M back another 2 cards. Lane in a good position right here. Is depending on what kind of ammo that M has. Yeah, there should be a button that you can click to
Yeah, there's a hand button.
check your hand.
Yeah, Uno hand doesn't work. Yeah, see Lane gets it. Oh, hit table. Hit your table button.
Yeah, like I've been hitting table too.
Yeah.
To
It's all
check
private.
the,
all private
difference of
messages.
cards.
Table.
Yep, table. There we go. Jeez. All right. Zach read 2.
Is now M. She's got extra ammo from that +2. Of course, there's always the possibility of some wilds being included in it. For some other action cards where it's going to set Lane back, but so far Lane, he's got his nose ahead just a little bit in this scenario, as M's just going to play a standard 5. As Lane should get ever closer. Oh, as he goes to blue now. There's the KT Blue Classic.
Check of the table. Check of the log rather. Lots of
Yeah.
Lots of think stop moments, which are always good in these situations, especially when you don't have much margin for error like M.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Lane wasn't expecting that. He did the blue switch and then M's already got a +2 smacked onto him. Can she close this out though? It's important to. You definitely don't want to leave an open window on a +2. That's a 6-pack. How about that?
Oh, another 6-pack play.
In just a matter of 2 plays, M has the lead now. Some thrilling stuff.
Does that
by
translate
M,
to a win though? Because it did last time, but it all depends on what Lane got off the draw.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, this was a great stalling technique by M, though. To kind of stop Lane's plans, I guess you can say. And to throw him off balance. And now Lane is now the hunter instead of being the hunted. He's the one who's trying to reduce that lead now, but there he switches to blue, which is what he wanted to begin before he got slapped with that +6. That's what he wanted
Lots of
initially.
options back there.
As M still remains in the blues. Here, I'll ask Brock this question now. For Lane's shoes, I mean, he had his lead was doubled over M, and then M got the +6, and now she's got the lead by 3 cards now. I know you've probably been in this situation yourself too, Brock, but how important is it to keep your composure and just tell yourself that you can still get this win? It'll just have to take more work to do it. So how important is that for Lane?
I would say it's on a scale of 1 to 10. I'd say it'd be about an 8 because if you you definitely don't want to lose your cool when playing these tough games because it can certainly hurt you in the long run, especially you know with other tournaments coming up later.
Right, you are. That's important for him to keep in mind. But Lane's got a double play, so he does reduce the lead to 1 card now. As Emma's going to take her time and just stay patient, weigh out her options as it's getting pretty much down to crunch time. This will get her to a 2-card lead. Oh, and she strikes him with another +2. Take a look at this. So there was another +2 in her sleeve that she is now set free into the light against Lane. And that's only got to be more frustrating for Lane now because he had a 6-card lead over him at one point, and now he's back to chasing the lead, and he's only slipping even further behind. But he does have more ammo. What kind of use can he put with it?
It's a good bit of control from M to not. She could have used that. She could have doubled that up and given him 12 right in one shot. Instead, it's only 8 total over this last little sequence. So it's smart little feat of ammo control. And now Lane
he's got
iced.
nothing though. He is frozen cold. M has the 6-card lead now. And she is still armed with a power play. Lane burned his in game 2. Switching it over to red. That could help Lane, though, since he didn't have a blue or an 8 to answer initially. Oh, and he does switch to blue. I find that surprising. Maybe he must have a couple of blues to use, I guess, for now, but just need to see what else he'll use to burn his hand down. Oh, and M's got a draw.
Oh,
There could still be a sliver of hope for Lane to close this in as he plays his own card to cut the lead in half. We got a brief switch to green, but then back to blue again by Lane, using that number efficiency to full advantage. Oh, and M's got nothing again. Maybe Lane might find his answer right here. He might still have a shot
good
at
switch
putting
there.
this away.
Good
Excellent
switch.
switch.
Now he can run clean and take the lead back potentially. See how far he can run it down as well.
Lane's got to figure that M is frozen on those blues, which initially I thought it wouldn't have been able to work out, but so far it is. And this is the longest game of the match right here.
Yeah, 11 minutes now.
Yep, working
Longest
on
of the
12.
match, and a lot of times we can see. A lot of times the series ends with the longest game of the match. Who knows if that will be it? Lane would have to win on that one.
Yep, M's got to draw again. And it's just down to 1 cards, and we are tied. So Lane has found some hope. Let's see if he can put it to full capitalization. As blue is definitely not M's color for the moment. Oh, but check out that +4 into a red. She can do a double play now. And all that hard work that Lane has worked on to erase that lead it's now almost been all for naught now.
Wow.
And another play. Can she get to dose? It is still her call. Oh, and down to dose, down to Uno, and Lane can't stop it. It is all up to what M does with this killer run, this excellent run that we saw her do the last game. And that is a put-away game.
Unbelievable.
Folks, Game 7 is upon us.
Goodness.
And at the end of Game 3, we did not expect to have this outcome in a game that took over 13 and a half minutes.
We got to run. Lane's
On
got
a time crunch. Okay.
Let's go.
All right, we'll get right into it.
But I understand. Let's go.
Yeah, fantastic work for M to make that comeback. As Brock, what's your analysis of that comeback? That was some amazing stuff, and
yeah, it's been quite the comeback for M. So it'll be interesting to see how this Game 7 turns out.
Brock, you sound disappointed.
No.
Yep. I just have to, stay this calm because of my voice. I'm trying to recover that. But if I wasn't sick the last couple of days, I definitely have more enthusiasm with this call. But, but now we are
talking about Brock, not you.
Gotcha. Yeah. But we are going at a more quicker
JT.
pace.
We got this, man.
Yeah. Yeah, these players are playing at a much quicker pace.
I won't be rushed.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And it could be interesting here. We of course remember we go back to T3 last year against Tapir for Lane, and Lane pulled the reverse sweep on Tapir, coming off what was an insane run, coming in playing both divisions in T2. Went undefeated in D2, and of course amassed 10 wins by the end of the season in D1. Made a strong run in Super League, and Lane pulled the reverse sweep on him in T3. That was really the one tough ending for Tapir in his season, and now Lane is facing it, but on the receiving end. He looking to really clutch up and get this Game 7 win, but it's gonna be a methodical one because of the full send start. Be interesting to see who can come out on top.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it will be a tall task, but nothing that he isn't used to. As M's gonna try and do a double play with a reverse, as you see. Lane was able to win the first 3 games, 2 of them being a large card start. As a 0 switch, we don't see that happen too often. I like a G6. Real good reference.
Such as G2, G6 to that Vapor G6.
That's sweet. Still a neck and neck game. Both tied at 10.
Oh, Lane, here he comes. Oh, Lane, here he goes.
What a run this is.
I doubt
That's
it's
a he's
for a win, but he's definitely sending it
that's a
back.
6-pack at least. Man, excellent job by Lane getting that getting a sizable lead built up. Excellent action card efficiency by Lane, as now it's the role reversal from the last game that we had, where Lane had kept having his kept encountering bumps in the road when trying to chase down M. But now it appears he has her right where he wants her.
I didn't like that commentary. He has her right where he wants her. No, ew.
Oh.
In the sense of the game.
Not that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Not that
Sorry.
kind of thing. Come on. Yeah. We that night.
Still a sizable gap, though, and basically at the starting point, working our way down from it. As another aggressive color switch, you might as well figure that that's probably the aggressive nature that Lane's trying to go for, trying to up the aggression level. Oh, but he gets iced right there on that yellow. Oh, and now M's got the answer right here.
Oh man.
So could the tables be turning?
Just a +2. There's a look. Lane still slightly ahead, despite the +2, and making a switch.
There's got the JT5 up to a blue. Lane still with the advantage, still looking to wrap this one up as quick as he can. But not if M has any other ideas about it, but he'll try and work a double. Yes, he will. And his lead is double again. Now M's going to try and do a green switch here. The best he can. His shorts back, now into a 0. Down to 2 with his own card. Can this finally be the moment where Lane tastes victory? He's ever so close. M still has a power play in the bank. As it's fully her decision right here. You don't know if Lane could have a 2-card run to end it, or if she could afford to risk playing it cool and just going with a standard card. So it's this late in the game, every call is critical. Wouldn't you agree, Brock?
Oh yeah.
Nice. Lane with 2, M4 cards back. She's just gonna play a regular numbered card. Could this be what Lane is hoping for? Switching up to a green, and Lane has reached Uno. Whatever answer that M has to happen right now, and at this stage, a power play would be null because the opponent is at Uno, so it wouldn't be available to use. So she's really got to think here. As whoever wins this wins it all. It's a winner-take-all kind of scenario. Lane has victory in his grasp, but it all lies on the play that M is going to make.
Haven't seen green in a while. It could be detrimental. Find out.
Yeah, it has been a good minute since she did lay down a green card. And she does do it here. Is this going to be it for Lane? Can he wrap it up? Yes, he does.
Oh my goodness.
The series to Slytherin goes to Lane as he will go on to the round of 32 to play Bowtie. Fantastic job for Lane as it's another tournament win and he gets to go on to the next round. And Lane, how relieving was that? Thinking that you had an easy sweep in Game 3 to M winning 3 in a row herself and forcing a Game 7, and now you finally were able to stop the bleeding and win it all. Just how do you describe that roller coaster of emotions that you've gone through this entire match?
Oof.
Were you talking to me?
No, that was Lane's question.
Okay, good. Yep, swell.
But boys, what do you say with all that? With
Oh my God, yeah, I'll jump in here. Basically, it definitely is story of resilience, and congratulations, Lane. You're now the 2020 Tampa Bay Rays in the ALCS, winning 3 straight, losing 3 straight, winning Game 7. Anywho, great win for Lane to pull it up by his bootstraps. Longest game of the series, second longest game of the series, right there to pull it out. And I mean, I think we all were thinking sweep after that, but you know, you give props where props are due. M pulled herself up by her bootstraps, got back in the game, and made it competitive. And who knows what you could see from her come T2. But definitely big props to Lane. Got those first 3 wins and then got the 4th, but later on, but still got it done. And we'll have to see from M what she can do next time around. Very
good. Well, M, although victory wasn't yours for the taking tonight, we still applaud you for how you composed yourself and all the moves that you played. Did you think you were going to be able to take this to a Game 7 and kind of put the pressure on Lane the way you did? But still, a great job for your first match, though.
No, I honestly thought it was about to be like a total sweep. Like, I didn't anticipate that to happen at all. So I'm really happy and excited that it did, and I had a lot of fun playing. Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise for me as well.
Excellent. I'll ask you one more question here. Is there anything that you think that you learned from this series that you could apply to other tournaments that you'll be playing in the months ahead?
Yeah, I definitely need to really solidify how the bot works in my head and how the power play works, because I don't really know how to use it And I think that having that knowledge would probably make it so I would win a few more rounds. So I should probably familiarize myself with the platform. So my answer is yeah, I'd like to hopefully I'll get better because I'll actually start reading things and not just try to wing it. But winging it is so much more fun, you know?
Gotcha. Great. Yeah. Thank you for those answers.
Yeah, it was
And
super clear. You're welcome. Sorry about that.
okay, perfect. So, yeah, that was definitely enough excitement in that one. I mean, Lane definitely had the pressure put on him. And I mean, despite this being her first real T1 this season, she's definitely learned a lot that she could use for future tournaments going forward. So, Brock, what's your final analysis of this match between Lane and M? I mean, obviously, M, I mean, you got to give credit to her where credit's due. She played fantastic, but Lane, you think just that overall experience helped him out? And how do you think he fares compared to a bow tie for the next round?
I would say yeah. I mean, the experience did play a factor in him winning this tournament, winning this round. Um, I mean, M really really tried to make an impressive comeback, and I certainly um give her a lot of props. But as far as him and Bowtie, not really sure how that one's going to play out, but I'm sure it'll be an interesting matchup to say the least.
For sure, appreciate it. But okay, as we take a look at the new bracket, with Lane getting the win over M tonight, like I said earlier, he will face the number 5 seed of Bowtie. So seeds 4 and 5, just about almost equal of a matchup as you can get as the Slytherin region progresses. And of course, that big win, a 4-3. Even though it didn't look like it thought it could be the reverse sweep, but he still holds on. So a short. What's your last take on this? And the way that Lane played, but also the way that M composed herself too, making a comeback and nearly sweeping it all from the rug underneath Lane.
Well, I kind of talked about this at the top of the show, but we've been talking about it behind closed doors a lot about M. Is that we just didn't know a lot of what she would bring to the table. I feel like there was a lot of unknowns about her. I mean, especially with the rookies for a lot of the D1 base, but at least a lot of the other rookies they were brought up from D2, so there's film on them. There isn't a whole lot on M. She did pop up, I think, on a stream somewhere last year, but just not a whole lot to go off of. So definitely a different kind of feel for Lane. And I mean, I think once she got her footing, Lane had to find a way to adjust. I mean, you saw it there. I think it definitely also came down to a bit of card luck, a little bit of plan A kind of stuff, but down the stretch there, they really started to hone in on what their strategies were going to be, more so than just getting the right cards to play and get it done in quick fashion. So I think they really showed out their true strategic side down the stretch. So M will give more fits, I'm sure. I don't know if she's going to go down 3-0 every time. That may just be the end of the trend, but I think she'll definitely not be someone you want to overlook. And she proved that by winning 3 straight, forcing a Game 7, even in a losing effort, still very resilient. That's all you can really be in this league, because a 4-3 loss looks way better than a 4-0 any day of the week.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Short. So yeah, I guess there's nothing more that needs to be discussed. Lane, the big winner. Alabama takes the win over Kentucky tonight. The Crimson Tide over the Wildcats, I guess, if you want to put it into SEC terms. But that is going to wrap up our conclusion for tonight's Slytherin region matchup between Lane and M. Lane getting the win 4-3 over M. He will face the upcoming match in Bowtie as for the matchup with Tapir. He'll await the winner between Austin LaPlante and Clay Wolf Sunday. In the meantime, we got the game between Sean Art and Drip happening right now in the KT Pod. You can be able to come on in and check out that game going on. But as for it, for William Brock, Short, this is JT up here in the booth saying so long, good night. Thank you so much for tuning in to MRE Uno. And we'll see you all for the next one.